What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of the Turmoil 1.0 release. The game is finally out. I didn't cover this game on the first pass just because when it came out I didn't have time. I had other stuff going on. But no doubt at this point you have already seen the review that I posted on Saturday, and I'm willing to bet that people probably liked this game, so I decided to record a couple episodes so that you could get knee-deep in the oil industry. So without further ado, if you never played the game before, Turmoil is a game. It's actually kind of a light game. I could see it as a mobile game, but at the same time it's got enough depth to keep you playing. Don't know if this will be a full playthrough, so but I just wanted to give you some more gameplay because I felt like maybe the review didn't have enough to it. So, welcome to Turmoil. Very, very lightweight little game, but at the same time requires a little bit of contemplation and some intelligent play. I liked it a lot. I actually put about 6 hours into it over the course of the last 2 days. I've been playing it every single time I had like a moment, so it kind of invokes the days of like, we had a game back when I was younger on like some kind of shareware disc that was a lot like this, except you were digging for gems. And I've always liked games about digging. It would turn out then that I'd become a geologist. But anyways, I've always liked digging and mining and stuff like that. So Turmoil should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. We are going to start a new campaign. Yes, indeedly doodly. We got to choose a character. Doesn't really matter who you choose. As far as I can tell, it doesn't really change anything around. So you can be Blanche, you can be Daisy, you can be Ricardo, or you can be Joshua. I don't think they have any stats or anything like that. Buenos dias. I have sailed the world as a ship captain for years and I can't even swim. I don't want to worry about drowning anymore unless it's in money. I still wouldn't want to drown. All that money and you drown in it, then you can't like spend it or anything like that. In straight trouble. Joshua looks like a gangster, so we'll go ahead and be Joshua right here. Although he does have a black hat on, and if we're following 1800s rules right now, ain't like old Western movies, we got the black hat on and the black vest, you know we're the bad guy. Howdy, partner. This dude's been herding cattle long enough to know that nights on the prairie are cold and lonely. I hope earning money with oil is as easy as throwing lassos. Alright, well, good job. Now it's time for the real work. Come to the town hall and meet your rivals and get yourself a parcel of land for your next venture. So every single game starts out right here, and the city is going to grow and become larger with time. For right now, it's just the town hall in this little building right here, which I think will become the engineering supply, possibly. I don't know. There's going to be a bunch of buildings, like a barn, there's an engineering supply, there's a bar, there's a couple of them. Oh yeah, I was expecting you. What can I do for you? Well, we gotta go at the beginning of every single playthrough, you're gonna auction off some land. And so basically the levels are played very, very rapid fire. Your average level is probably about 5 to 6 minutes long. We should be able to do 3 to 4 of them in like each episode without running into too many problems. And the first thing you do is you auction off land. So let's go ahead and do that. Now up here, the top left-hand corner, he's going to open up the bidding, and we're going to click on a space, and essentially it's first come, first serve, and then if anybody else wants the space, they can attack the space by charging you double money, and then you basically just have a bid off for that parcel of land. Every land has an oil rating value. You can't see it right now because it's invisible, but once you mine the area, then you will know its value. So let's say we go to this one right here and it ends up being a 54. That means that the ones around it are probably pretty fertile as well, whereas if we mine it and it's like a 23, we probably want to try somewhere else to see if we can get a better oil value, because the point of the game is to make as much money as possible and then use that money to leverage your influence in the city. Welcome everyone. Let's first introduce ourselves. Hello there. Does being a lawyer sound interesting? Well, in truth, it's kind of boring, and I couldn't handle it. I've got a serious case of oil fever, and the only cure is finding oil. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I made a nice living in real estate, but it's time for a new business plan. I'm going underground. I don't like to dilly-dally, so let's get to work. And then we already did his, so make money, not war. Well, that's the thing, is sometimes in the pursuit of money, you've got to make the war. I'm gonna say, like, those two things, that saying probably would not stand for too long. Eventually, if you got to make profits, you got to go to war with somebody. Alright. So actually, it's going to assign us to this first one. I thought we got to choose with our first one, but he says, let's get to drilling before I change my mind. Good luck. So it started us out in the bottom right-hand corner. And once we fill up this map, we'll go to this map, then to this map, and then to this map. And each one has its own modifiers to the game. So for example, this one right here has rocks and diamonds. This one right here has rocks, diamonds, and gas. This one right here has, I think there's more pockets of gas, but they're smaller. So you got to do this linkage thing, but I'll explain those mechanics as we get to them. For right now, it's not entirely pertinent. Good day! To celebrate the opening of my brand new bank, I've opened up an account for each of you. You can also visit me to view a financial report of your last venture. Oh, I'm sure you did. What's the interest rate? The interest rate on savings accounts and checkings accounts, and like the most ludicrously low amount I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's legitimately no reason to keep your money in a savings or checking account after a certain value. Just roll that shit into like ETFs or index funds or something. I don't know. A money market, although money markets don't really pay out that well either. Just do something with it. Don't let it sit in the bank account though. After like $20,000, like, this is pointless. Don't put any more money in here. Do something with it. Make your money earn money, because that's apparently what rich people do. At least that's what my rich friends keep telling me. But I'm like, but the seed money! How do I seed the earth with the money of my seeds? Let's go digging. It's gonna cost us $2,000 to go and dig right now. She's got kind of like a Van Helsing lady-ass look. I don't know. If she hunted vampires on the weekend, I wouldn't be surprised. You ready to go? I'm ready to go, Jill. Let's go do this thing. So the first thing we got to do is we got to hire dowsers to find oil. I always start out with 2 of them deployed similarly. Now what they're going to do is they're going to walk around with a stick, and apparently magically they're going to find oil through their stick dipping and turning. This game apparently subscribes to the fact that you can actually douse for oil. That's cool. They had to get it somehow. I mean, frankly, I'm a fan of like blowing stuff up and then doing like density checks and everything. You can actually track sound waves when they go through the earth. They do it all the time. They get these big pylon trucks. So it's a truck. And I don't know if you've ever seen, so we've got oil right here, which means we got to put down a rig. And then we drag and drop downwards to see if we can find oil, which will always be underneath him within a margin of error. So if he's right here, it may be directly underneath him, or it may be a little bit off to the side. And there's our oil right there. So we've already found ourselves a pocket. And so what's going to happen now is this thing's going to slowly fill up, and we got to find, oh, let's get a horse here, and we're going to sell over on this side. So you assign how many horses you want to go and sell the oil on either side. If the price is too low at left and right incorporated, then you would want to build a silo so that you can store the oil for later when the price goes back up. For right now, I tend to set a rule of anything above $1 is what I try to sell at. If I get towards the end of time, this ends on March 31st, and so we actually need to hustle a little bit. Let's go ahead and move quickly here. We've got to play this. I forgot that at the beginning of the game, you actually don't have quite as much time to play with. So the market's going back up over on this side, so let's go ahead and swap them on over. I'm going to pick up another horse. I don't think we can upgrade pipes yet. There we go. And we'll get all these horsies moving. We got to make some money. We've only got a month left. I could put down another dowser for sure. I don't know if it'd be worth it right now. The duration of our play is not going to be long enough to where we're really going to have time to do much aside from just sell things as quickly as we can get our hands on them. Normally, you would get a bonus if you drain every single oil well in the area and you get all the oil sold before the end, so you both drain it and sell it. You'll get a $2,000 bonus, $1,000 for each task. However, with so little time and so few tools available, we probably are not going to accomplish much here. We've just got to make money as we make money. And so, if we can pull $2,000, $3,000 out of this one and break even on the venture, I'd be happy about it. Now, the game takes into account your expenses already, I think. Oh, really? You can borrow $500 right now? I never realized that was there. Huh. I've beaten the entire game, and I never realized that was a thing you could actually do, is click on your finances right there. I never did it. The other thing we could do is we can build a silo, but these horses should be getting it done for right now. I'm going to leave them selling because we just don't have that much time, and so if I've got to sell at a bad price, I've got to sell at a bad price. If we wanted to accelerate the game, we can click and hold this button right here. That will make the game go by much quicker, and in fact, I'll give you a little taste of what that feels like. Well, not our best. Okay, so this is now back up on this side, so let's go ahead and see if we can sell at an okay price over here. Not a lot of oil to go around, but you know, and at the end of the level, it'll show you what you missed too. So there was actually 2 big pockets at the bottom. We made $5,000. Our profit was $3,200 around. 1902 is what we spent on just pulling up like dowsers and horsemen and things like that. Got to spend money to make money. And so our profit was down for a little bit, and then it went way back up. Chances are, with such a short duration, none of our compatriots really made that much money either. We've got a wide array of graphs and things we can look at right here. It looks like we sold... Oh, you can actually look at the market. Okay. So the average was 95 per barrel between the two. All right. How'd we do? Yeah, everybody else didn't make that much money either. When you only have 2 months to work, by the end of the game, what'll happen is you'll have an entire year to work, and with the entire year, you can get a lot more done, and you can play more intelligently. But at the beginning, they're just trying to teach you, these are the tutorial levels, except that I've turned the tutorials off, so we're not getting the little tutorial messages. It's not teaching us how to do anything, but we're still playing the tutorial levels where you're just getting comfortable, and so they don't want to throw too much at you at one time. Howdy, my name is Fred Metal. You looking to make your oil mining operation more efficient? Come to my factory and upgrade your gear. Hell yeah, buddy. You should upgrade your bathtub, though, and get to scrub-a-dub-dubbing. I mean, I ain't trying to pick on you. A dirty man is apparently a man that's engaged in honest work, but at the end of the day, gotta get up in that bathtub and get rid of some of them smudges. Alright, so gears and bolts, we'll be able to pick up some upgrades here. We have $21,000. I would highly recommend that you buy some upgrades. It's a smart idea. It's a good plan. It's not bad. The ones that I would recommend for right now are, well, actually, any of these three would be a winner. Width 2 makes you suck the oil out of the reservoir faster if you upgrade the pipe. Size 2 makes your silos larger so that if you end up in a dry period where the oil is not worth much for like 4 months straight, you can store more and more and more oil and just kind of sit on it for a long ass time until you can sell it at a good price. Branching allows you to take the pipe and it can actually split. It can fork. And that's pretty good too, and I'll explain why a little bit later, but sometimes you're going to need like multiple pipes coming out of one centralized pipe. I will more than likely start. Let's go with size 2. I think the silos are going to be the most useful for right now, and I feel pretty good about getting down on that. You know what I've noticed? There's a little thing up in the corner right here. What is that right there? There's a little thing in the corner, and I have no idea what it is. There's a thing in the corner. I saw that when I first started playing. I was like, I want the thing, right? What I want? Can I click it? And I tried clicking it, nothing happened. Like, what is that thing in the corner? What is it? Let's auction off some land, shall we? How we do? So there's a 39 right there. There's a 38 right there. Although chances are these right here are going to be lower oil values, and I want a higher oil value. Bring me some higher oil. Whoa. I think I'm going to go. Oh, I don't know. Let's start right there. We'll centralize this. It's only going to cost us $1,000 to get a parcel of land. It looks like they're going to deploy pretty similarly. You kind of want to spread out when you've got low numbers like this. 39 is not a bad oil value, but a good oil value is like high 50s. So it's kind of roundabout in them. It's better than getting like a 20 value place. Ah, she bought width 2 as well, so she's buying upgrades. You can also see by clicking on each of their portraits what upgrades each of them has bought for their operation. It doesn't really matter. You can't use that against them in any way. It just is for your own knowledge, I guess. Let's go dig some oil. Come on, Jill. Load that thing on up. Get that horse out in the field. Okay, so we have till June 30th this time around, so we got around about 6 months to play with. Or 5, I guess. June 30th? Okay, so 6 months to play around with. Dowsers, do your thing. Do your magical voodoo dance of oil acquisition. Hoodoo, voodoo, finding that oil. Hoodoo, voodoo, finding that oil. Sounds like this that I wish I had a face cam, because I actually did like a dance right there. And you guys just missed out on the entertaining nature that is my happy dance. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to drop this right here. Hopefully the oil is not too far down, because I don't want to spend a ton of money dragging pipe through this area. I mean, a major part of the oil industry is what is known as colloquially dragging pipe. Somebody got to do it. The game ain't fair. This price looks okay to me over here. By the time he gets over there, it'll probably be at like 82, 83. We've also got room for another oil derrick right here. Build this place up like it's SoCal. When you're driving down the 5, there's this area where there's like a ton of oil derricks all over the place, and I assume some landowner over there. But they're not like professional looking oil derricks. They're oil derricks that definitely look like they're small, like they're not that big. It looks like somebody just like lined it up real fast, and so they'll disappear after that's all done. I don't really have a ton of finances right now to play around with in order to solidify my reign as an oil magnate. I think another couple horses is probably smart. If this meter gets up to the top, you get charged for spillage. And so what'll happen... Oh, I don't have enough money here. You stop right there. And we're going to wait and see what happens to these prices. I will buy another horse, if necessary, to suck the excess off the top of this here. Somebody go over there and sell, because I'm going to need more money, because we're going to get spillage over here if I mistime this. Yeah, mistimed it. Oh well. Such is life. We'll allow our cash to stack up for just a moment. I have no doubt that this one is going up high right here. We just need to sell enough. Just enough to get ourselves up to storage quantities. Actually, you know what? Everybody go for it now. Don't really matter none to me. It's up above 90 cents, which is normally my trigger zone. If it's up above, and I think this one's actually going to go up real high. I think this one's going to get up to like $1.25, $1.30. So we want to watch and ride this left-hand side as best we can. We put down a douser while the money is good. Yeah, the money's real good right now. I'm going to put down another douser too, just in case. Now, they're not going to be able to scan the little green stuff as low as they can go. How low can you go? Well, to this layer right here. However, there might be little oil wells deep down along the bottom that you can track down as time goes along. Now, this price is rocketing up right now too. It looks like we're going to have a pretty profitable season if we can play this right. We just got to stick to our guns, however, although don't shoot guns around here. But yeah, the derricks in that field in SoCal, when you're driving down the 5, they look like this right here. They're like Jimmy rigged. Like, it's clear that like a private property owner found this. It wasn't like a big company or anything. A private property owner found this crude like on his land and just decided to cash in. We're at $1.27 right now. I am tentatively watching that right-hand side. The left hand might fall off. Dousers, you got anything for me? We can upgrade their speed and their find times. That's at 112. Wow, this map is giving it to us right now. This map is not withholding anything. Chances are these might be the only 2 lines that we have, which would be unfortunate, but let me take that line down a little bit further and see how large. See, what we can do here is we can build another one. We don't have the branch limit. There we go. So what I can do is I can go down like that. And if we wanted to get our hands on it, that would be the way that I would recommend it. That might not have been the best move. But I'm trying to make sure we get this big chamber, like, sucked dry before we do anything else. Now, you notice how it said branch limit has been reached? Price is going down. Okay. Well, anyways, if I had bought the branch upgrade, I could have attached this to the central line that's coming out of this derrick right here, and it would have worked out perfectly fine. Because we're running out of time, I'm just going to leave them in sell mode, and we're just going to cash out as best we can for now. I don't think there's any reason to do anything differently. I mean, we've only got like a month left anyways, and so we'll sell at a bad price if we have to, simply based on the fact that we're running out of time anyways. Actually, it's May right now. Here, let's turn that off. I'm sorry, I thought that it was... Let's put down a silo so you can see how that works. Our dousers have utterly failed us, but that's actually not so bad because that means that we found all the oil on this level. There is no more oil to be located, and so we'll fill this bad boy up a little bit. Nope, please stop selling over there. Thank you. Hopefully this price goes back up by the end of the month, and it looks like Right Incorporated is going to be our Huckleberry. Let's go ahead and get a couple more horses in here. And we actually need to trigger those horses too. These horses are so triggered right now. And then sell everything you can get your hands on right there. I kind of mistimed this one. And then prices are swapping. That was a pretty big... I think if I had gone for width too, I probably would have gotten away with a little bit more right there. I do wish there was a cash out on hand. So any oil you had left over cashed out at, I don't know, like 15 cents per gallon or something like that. But still, it's all good. Let's take a look at our earnings right here. We did okay. Like, the prices were decent and we were able to work things around. But at the end of the day, I feel like we could have made more money. Let's see how we did compared to everybody else. We did all right. We would do better if we had better tools, though. So if I had had the double width pipes right there, we could have completed that. Let me close this down. Nice to meet you. I'm Edward and a bit of a handyman. I like to experiment with stuff that can help you find oil. Make sure to check out my inventions. It feels to me as though we've got like one more mining operation inside of us. So you know what? Let's go ahead and try not to touch the sides for that noise, and we'll just operate here. Land auction. Yeah, we found a pretty good spot right there. I think that was us. There's a 45 right there, a 42 right there, and a 44 right there. So chances are one of these is pretty good. This one might be okay, although it'll probably be like a 40-ish. Up in here, there may be a big spot that's yet to be found, or yet to have been found. So we'll wait and see what everybody else does. I don't really have the cash to do battle with anybody right now. So I'm just gonna pick a spot and get to it. Later on, we're going to try and run these people out of business, but for right now, we're going to be a nice human being, kind of, sort of. I'm going to take width 2 for right now. It's okay to let your finances go down slightly. You can bail yourself out of the bank if you really need to, and then your debts are automatically paid at the end of the fiscal year, or when you finish the next map, so it's not so bad. Let's get our dousers moving. Dousers, do yo dousing thing. Dousing in the sun and rain. Dousing like it ain't no thing. Dousing to get those gold rings. Go, 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 go. I like their little hats. I don't know why. Like little gaucho hats or something. I don't know. There we go. Let's move this thing along. How long do we have this time around? June 30th. Okay, so we have till June 30th to get this thing done. I will try to show you what that width upgrade does before we get too far into the level. And in fact, I will show you very shortly. Let's go ahead and I'm going to sell on this left-hand side. Let's get another derrick down. I'm going to go like right there. And this will get more complicated. I want you to think that this is like all there is to the game. It does become more complicated with time. We'll put down another horse. And from there, we will put down a silo with 2 levels on it. And now we will wait it out. Is this price going up over here? Or is this price stalled out at 96? I'm going to wait on this one. I think we'll get a better price. Although we could use some seed money. Go ahead and send him over there. If we can get up above 90 cents, I wouldn't be upset. There we go. That'll keep us moving for a little while longer. That gave us a good, like, 200 bucks or whatever. And they'll fill up the silo from here on in. And while we wait, let me go ahead and... Actually, I don't want to do that right now. I refuse. Let's wait and see if the price is going to come back up. Staying on top of their grind right now. It looks like Left Incorporated is going to become quite expensive very, very shortly. So let's get some more horses ready to go. And by the time they get over there, that should be up and around $1. And so let's sell some oil, shall we? There it is. Get rid of that stuff. Yep, give me another horse. And we'll go ahead and set that to 5 right there. And it looks like we're going through those 2 pretty quickly. So let me put down a couple more dowsers just in case. Because it looks like both of these chambers are going pretty quickly. Later on, we'll get this thing that allows us to set off a detonation. That allows us to see how large the chamber is and see what the outlying land looks like as well. It's a useful tool. I use it pretty frequently. It's expensive though, so be careful with it. You kind of want to look for like this one right here. I would bet is reasonably large. Let's go ahead and drop you in right here. We'll go to right there. Hopefully we find another one too. It would be my sincerest hope that we find another chamber. Okay, so we got another chamber right there. I can't branch off just yet. I could either drop another derrick right there. That's kind of a waste though. Oop, we're still selling. Stop selling, please. Alright, give me another horse or 2. We ain't got that much time. That one's dead. We get till June 30th. Alright, go over to there, I guess. We'll try to keep this guy filled up, I suppose. Ain't really got too much more of an option. We've only made like 2,500 this time around. We gotta spend money to make money, though. I don't like this right here. It would have cost the same amount to do the oil rig and go down, but whatever. That's life. And there's our oil. Let's see how much deeper this goes, though. Is this a big pocket, or is this a little pocket? Either way, let's upgrade that pipe so you can see what it do. And so when you upgrade the width of the pipe, it just makes it suck this thing dry a little bit quicker. I don't think we actually got to that one right there either. Let me get a couple more horses in, because when you thicken the pipes, you increase your chances of having spillage. So you gotta be very, very careful about that factor. You see how fast it's filling up? Gotta watch out for it. It'll bite you. But that's the best way to actually drain out an entire chamber very, very quickly. And considering we only have a month left anyways, we probably want to be on top of that. Let's go ahead and swap all the selling off to Left Incorporated. We may run into a little bit of a deficit. Oh no, we're about to make money. Okay. I'm happy with it then. Drain every last drop that you can. I drink your milkshake. I drink it all up. I drink your milkshake. And it brings all the boys to the yard. This game is called Turmoil. We made $10,000 right there. And that's in 1800s money. Your average human being in like the 1800s only made like $1,000 a year. So 10 grand in like 3 months is pretty damn amazing. I will see you all in future episodes of Turmoil. I hope this helped expand your knowledge of the game a little bit further. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.